This is my last year of high school and I'll be graduating soon. I hope. But Mom and Dad, you're the ones who deserve all the glory for the hard work you have put in for me to receive a diploma. Instead of cheering on for me, you should be cheering for yourselves. High school was mostly a walk in the park for me and went by in a flash. I remember like it was yesterday walking into my first class as a freshman, but I know it has been the hardest and longest 4 years of your lives, constantly stressing about my grades and worrying about how it's getting along with others in school. However, the truth is I do not know what I would do without you two when I go to college. You're the only people I have to call my family, and my brother, I guess. Seeing your faces gives me comfort every day, knowing that I have people who care for me and love me. 2 people who will feed me, do my laundry, and remind me to go outside every once in a while. But soon I will not be able to be with you every day, and I feel obliged to tell you how much you mean to me. Our time together on earth is limited and nothing lasts forever. Knowing that unavoidable truth is the scariest thing for me, and somehow you have been selfless enough to hide that from me. As I've grown older, I worry less about my time after life and more about what I can get accomplished while I'm still here. It becomes more apparent how nerve-wracking it is to raise a child, constantly worrying about their well-being, not wanting to see them go through any pain whatsoever. I cannot imagine what goes through your minds when I don't come home until late at night or not answer your calls. But you have nothing to worry about because I make good decisions most of the time. I used to get irritated at you two for not being the perfect parents, but no human is capable of being perfect. I used to wish that we lived in a bigger house or had nicer cars or went on luxurious vacations, but I never realized how fortunate I was to be able to call you my parents until recently. You have put my interest before yours the past 17 years. You logged long, stressful hours at work and logged some more when you came home to the nerve-wracking mess I am. Not only is being a parent the hardest profession out there, but somehow you seem to make it so effortless. There's no taking a break when you feel tired or sick. There's no overtime pay in return for the never-ending hours. On weekends, you drove me to my soccer games and cheered me on every game, but back then, for some reason, I did not think it was cool to go places with my parents. But now looking back, you're the coolest parents for always being there for supporting me, whatever I was doing, whether it was running a marathon, learning how to surf, or playing the guitar. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a terrible son, I'm a terrible brother. I don't do my chores, I don't do the dishes. I leave clotheslined around all over the house and treat you both like maids. Why do you put up with me every day? Probably because I'm your son and you have to, but I do not deserve the unconditional love you show me every second of every day and take you both for granted. I thank the person who holds the door for me, but not the person who gave birth to me and raised me nonstop for the past 17 years. I never thanked you for listening to me, always doing what I want you to do, and for making me delicious dinners, even though I always complain about how I don't like them. I've never thanked you for always being there, putting up with my always annoyed and arrogant manner, and I've never told you how much I love you for giving me such a wonderful life I do not deserve. I can never repay you for everything you have done for me. All I hope is that I have given you as much joy as you have given me. I am proud of who I've become and the opportunities you have given me in life to succeed, and also feel have taught me so many lessons. I consider myself successful if I can be half the person each of you are, and take all the good you have given me to share with those around me. I wish for you, Mom and Dad, is for you to achieve all the dreams of your life that you have put on hold because you are too busy worrying about me achieving my dreams. Thank you all for your endless sacrifices you've made, and hopefully someday you'll no longer have to worry about me or my brother, and you get to go live out your dreams of your own. Thank you. Shoutouts, Aaron and Sylvia, you're awesome. Kelly, I've known you for 13 years, and we had our first real conversation last year. Caleb, I bully you because I love you. Neil, I'll never forget the time we saved those 2 kids from drowning. Brady, thanks for being a great best friend, for always being there and understanding me in a way no one else does. And Koji, we don't really talk, and I don't know what's going on in your life, but I have one advice for you as an older brother. Enjoy life. It's the only one you get. And there's a great big world out there that you have yet to experience, that I have yet to experience, and I hope that someday we get to explore that world together.